Halo is officially dead. Just kidding. Halo's not dead. I don't like saying things like that. But there have been reports of Halo Studios struggling with the production of the most recent release, Halo Campaign Evolved, and there are rumors that they are going to be facing some type of layoffs in the upcoming month or so, and I don't know the exact timeline, but it's if you grew up like Halo, or if you grew up with Halo like me, it's overall just pretty sad to see what has come of this franchise, and seeing the amount of backlash of combat or campaign evolved. I keep messing it up. To me, it just shows that people still care and people still want some type of new Halo game that they can go and experience. Sadly, I just don't see that happening. My experience with Campaign Evolved, I think gameplay, the gunplay, and like fighting against the enemy, it's pretty solid. I don't have any problems with the gameplay. Besides like the item indicators and the nav points and like a lot of the UI stuff, I guess, like gameplay aside, like everything else surrounding it is just like dog doo-doo. It's some of the cutscenes are pretty cool in some ways, and then some of the cutscenes are just really bad. It's just a game that a lot of people are saying should have been a slam dunk, but it's not. They had the blueprints right in front of them, and they just couldn't get it done. So it makes sense when reports come out and they say that production side of things were just not good. The reason why I don't like saying Halo is dead is because I am someone who constantly goes back to play the older games. I know a lot of people don't like doing that, or they may have a system like PlayStation 5 and they don't have access to MCC, or like their hardware is limited and so they don't have access or any way to go back to the previous games. So that sucks. And honestly, I wish they would port MCC or something over to PlayStation, because I am someone who absolutely loves playing Halo 3 multiplayer, and there is part of the Halo community that plays on the 360 still with the Sunrise servers, but I've played here and there, but I haven't played a whole lot. But it's really cool to boot that up and experience the old Halo 3 like it used to be. But I'm kind of getting off track. This is why I'm calling this the Weekly Yap. I'm just yapping. But going back, it's like there's so much like mob mentality around this new Halo game, and rightfully so. They should have done better. I think my biggest problem with the whole like let's review bomb it and all that is that at this point, I don't know if the studio is even capable of even handling a new Halo game in the first place. So these comments don't really, I guess, fully apply to the full situation. But in my head, it's like, if we did have a capable studio handling Halo, like the whole mob mentality is silly, because it's like people who haven't even touched the game are probably just like dropping bad reviews saying it's the worst thing, even though they haven't even played it before. They just are saying that because a lot of other people are saying that. And doing so is also just like you're limiting like progression in ways. It's like be critical, be honest about where something is, but also like come up with like good critiques. It's really important, I think, for the future of Halo. Obviously, with studio aside, it's, you know, even if we did offer good critiques, like they probably wouldn't be able to even utilize, you know, the feedback. But like, I don't know. I just see like this situation where it's like so frustrating because it's like, all right, studio's dumb. Oh, the mob mentality is like pretty silly because it's like we've known for years that Halo has been in a terrible state. We've known for years that like there hasn't been anything good. You know, MCC dropped. It was absolutely terrible. Just the way it like ran, and you couldn't get into matchmaking or anything like that. And so it was like it was really overall just a silly product. It's like I guess you could play a little bit of the campaign, or you could play through the campaigns. But it's just like, man, like a lot of people were hoping to get back into classic Halo 2 or just whatever, and it just like wouldn't work. And they eventually fixed it up, and like that's what I'm playing on right now. And so it's like once it dropped on PC, they went back and reworked it all, and it's great now in my opinion. I love going back and playing this. There's still problems that I wish they had a small team. I'm not sure if they have anybody working on this game anymore, but it would be amazing if they had at least a small crew that would give it life updates and just fix the minor things or add a few other, like I miss the veto system from Halo 3 and I guess Reach and all that, but it's like there's so many other like little life improvements that they could do for this game to like help keep it alive. And there's still people that play multiplayer here and there, but it's limited. And overall, I guess I'm just kind of going off track, but yeah, overall Halo, if you're wanting something new, is dead. For those that are still going back to these older titles and experiencing them and like honestly, I don't think I could ever get tired to the point that I never return to them. There's moments where it's like, oh, I won't touch Halo for a little bit, but it's just a game that, like, nostalgia and like the past aside, like, yeah, this game was incredible when it released. Halo 2 was incredible when it released. Halo 3, like, and so on. Like, and the people that just the community around it back when it first released with like Halo 2 and Halo 3, it was like, it was awesome to be a part of. But like a video I'm currently working on is a match that I played in Halo 3 a little while ago, and it was just like a moment that just like the way the sandbox is in these games, like just like opens up the floor for like crazy opportunities and moments to play out. And there's this moment where it's like this guy was throwing a trip mine, and this Banshee, it was on Sandtrap, and this Banshee flew behind him and splattered him. But before that happened, the guy got this like trip mine out and so he ended up dying. I'm terrible at explaining on the fly, but he ended up dying. But once he got splattered and died, like a moment after, the Banshee caught up to the trip mine in air, and got blew up in the process. And I was in the back of a warthog and I saw it all, and I just was like, oh, this is so cool. So I went back into theater mode, and it was like I was able to watch this moment play out. And during that, I realized how many other like cool little moments were playing out surrounding that, like that whole like scene. And I'm piecing together like a little cinematic like battle. And there's still so many awesome things that can come out of these games. And so that's why it's like, for me, I don't see myself ever getting tired. And I like to ask myself like what if questions, in the sense of like, if someone ever asked me if there is one game that I could ever play, what would it be? And honestly, you know, I love the whole trilogy, Halo 1 through 3, even ODST and Reach. But if I could only play one, something about the multiplayer, and even though Halo 3 didn't have, I would say, the best story in the campaign, I'd probably crown Halo 2. Maybe that's controversial, but I would honestly choose Halo 3 if there was only one game I could ever play and go back to. And so that's how much Halo means to me. That's how much this franchise. And originally I wasn't really fond of the idea of them progressing Master Chief's story in Halo 4, and I was a big hater. I still don't really like it to this day. I go back with a friend and I play the campaign here and there, but I don't like the look. I don't like the design. And again, going back to, I guess, what I even credited Halo Campaign Evolved, the gunplay is fine. It's just some of the things surrounding it. The story can be a little interesting between Chief and Cortana, but overall it's like, Halo 5 came around, and I think I already started to just be like, you know what? I have Halo. Well, all the Halos from the Bungie era, and you know, whatever they do with this franchise now, they can't take away like what I have there. And so my mindset did shift, and I think that's given me a lot of peace. As cheesy as it sounds, we're talking about a video game, but like, I've noticed a lot of people online are just like, at least their online personalities are vocal on how frustrated and upset they are about where Halo is. And I'm just like, yeah, it's frustrating, it's disappointing, especially when, you know, because I do get an itch for new Halo experience, and it's a bummer, but at the same time, I just try to remember what I still have. And Halo means a lot to me, and I encourage you, whoever's listening. I haven't really gotten anybody listening to these yet. Doesn't seem like YouTube's really pushing this out to anybody to see, but that's all right. I like to get my thoughts out there. It's good for me to practice kind of talking into the mic and just communicating. So, but they're dead. I'm dead. They're dead. Halo's dead. No, I mean, newer Halo games for sure. I'm like, I don't know, which is also crazy. If I may drag this on just a little bit further, it's crazy because of like how many people are responding to this campaign evolved, and how annoyed people are with it. To me, that just shows that Microsoft, Xbox, or whatever is still sitting on a gold mine. Like, if they just had some studio or people that understood how to run a studio and who really understood Halo and what people were looking for. Now, Halo community, I do have to acknowledge, every time I'm on like Reddit or online, it's such a divided community nowadays. It's frustrating, but overall, I think if they just put out a good game, they could make buttload of money. Seriously, like, there's still so many people that would eat up a good, well-polished Halo game, and that's what people have been dying for. And so it's like, that's a big reason why I can't like have such a hard time saying Halo is dead. Like, under the current circumstances, yes. But if Microsoft or Xbox or, you know, whoever's running the ship, like, they need to sit down and come up with an actual plan, because they have so much going for this franchise still. And I was kind of hoping that we would see some type of like progression with getting out of whatever engine they tried to make for Infinite, but you can't get too like hopeful, because we have so many years of just disappointment and frustration. And so I'm honestly not shocked or surprised that we've had, you know, so many people crying about how bad the Halo situation is. But I don't even know if, I'm just kind of throwing up all my thoughts on this video right now. Hopefully something relates. Hopefully I said something that's somewhat smart. I guess I'm just processing as well this whole situation, and it's like I've gotten so numb to it where it's like, man, oh well. It's like I'm bummed, but it's like at the same time I'm like, whatever, moving on, booting up either MCC or Halo on the original Xbox or 360. Thankfully I still have original hardware laying around. You know, they're not going to be around forever because, you know, hardware failures and all that. But as of right now, I get to experience it still and not just reminisce. Oh my gosh, I just I truly don't like, at least for me, nostalgia isn't what makes these games fun for me. Like, I literally still have so much fun just playing through. Mentioned a friend earlier, but it's like me and my friend still just really enjoy playing through the campaigns. I still really enjoy playing through multiplayer whenever I boot it up. You know, there's a lot of sweaty people or whatnot on MCC, but I don't know. I think these games are great. So whenever something does go wrong with Halo Studios 343, or whenever things have gone wrong, it's like, all right, well, going back to Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach. I got a lot to enjoy there still, and I encourage anyone who has the hardware, who could run MCC. There's still some games being played. Matchmaking isn't the best in the sense that there are a lot of maps being replayed over and over again, but there are custom game lobbies, which is cool. That's something I haven't dove too deep into. There have been, hackers and all that stuff that have messed with the game and all that, but I think that's gotten somewhat better if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Halo's dead, but not really. I still love this game, and I hope that if you've made it to this point that I've said something worthwhile, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything that I said. Just dumped a whole lot out. And yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to, you can leave a like and maybe subscribe. Let me know where I can improve, or this is my weekly yap, so I'm just spilling my thoughts out there. No notes, no nothing, no thinking, apparently. Just kidding. But yep, Halo's dead. Bye.